So land use is a big piece of the comprehensive plan, talking about how land is currently used and how it could be used in the future. This map right here shows how the land is used currently in Chatham County. This is an existing land use map, so this is nothing, we're not making any recommendations, we're just looking at how land is used right now. And you can see a lot of green on this map.
Right.
What that means is there's a lot of agricultural land on the map. And there's also a lot of large parcels on the map that might have one home on 40 acres. Even up in the northeast area where you think, oh, there's a lot of development up in that area, there's still a lot of tracts of land that are either agricultural use, forestry use, or one house on a lot of acres.
So the stuff we see here, green, is primarily
is agricultural or rural residential. So that's one house on over 10 acres.
All right. Now here we've got it broken out where we've got Jordan Lake here, and you've got the Corps of Engineer, right? And then you've got Pittsboro, you've got Siler City. So we've got some growth around there.
In Moncure, you can see some of the industrial operations down in Moncure.
Okay.
You can see kind of the residential growth that's occurred up in the northeast. Those are the yellow areas. You kind of see Fearington here. You see Briar Chapel here, the Governor's Club up here, and some of the other subdivisions right there.
Okay.
So this is important to, we like to look at it and say, okay, what's out there now, and what are the implications of that? Like follows like. So if there are existing subdivision, they're likely to have more development pressure in and around those. So it's important for us to kind of plan for what we want to see out of that new development. So part of this process is going to look at a future land use map. This is basically a concept plan that says, okay, we want this type of development here and this type of development there, and that's really going to be foundational to guiding investment in other infrastructure, so parks and recreation investment, transportation investment, utilities as well, because we don't necessarily want to invest in utilities in the area, we want to keep agricultural.
Right.
That's a conflict, and we want to avoid that conflict because we don't want the price of agricultural land to go up because it has access to utilities, because then you're going to get farmers that can't afford to pay taxes, and that's not something we want to do. So we want to try to look at where land use trends are, where those conflicts are, and see how to address those conflicts with this element of the plan. Some of the things is a pie chart. It just kind of shows how land is used. You see this 48%.
Right.
That's agricultural land without a home on it. So that's just cropland or pasture or forestry. And then you see agricultural land with the home, which is 26%. So you got 80% that is, of the land area that's agricultural.
Now, does this say golf courses make up 5.9%?
No, that's
oh, okay.
0.3%.
0.3%.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
With nothing on it, no active farm or forestry use is 5%. And then open space. You see that open space? There is 55,000 acres of open space in the county. Most of that is around Jordan Lake.
Okay, right.
That includes the lake, right? But that's a great asset to have. And then there's also significant tracts of conservation land that different conservation organizations have been very aggressive in acquiring as well. So, these are kind of the list of issues that we see. I'll just point out a couple key pieces. The commercial and industrial land only account for 2% of the land area, and residential properties make up for 84% of the tax base. Ted might have mentioned that, but that is a huge tax burden for residential property owners. So if you could increase the amount of commercial or industrial land in appropriate areas where people want them, not where people don't want them, but that could help out residential property owners because it will relieve the tax burden in the long run. And then so create more balance and diversity in land use is important, more employment opportunities is important, but also this is important too, so have flexibility and recognize the uniqueness of Chatham County. So that's providing flexibility where we want it. In some cases, in a lot of cases, businesses in rural areas are very advantageous. You have agricultural operations that need a small commercial accessory use, and that adds to the value of Chatham County. We don't want to get rid of that, so we want to provide that flexibility in the recommendations of this plan that allow for that to happen. And to encourage that to occur. So that's one thing that we want to do is recognize the uniqueness of Chatham County in our recommendations and land use.
All right. Thank you.